Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 176 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast, your source for all things responsible and ratchet. Support for today's episode comes from WeVibe Womanizer. Unlike a traditional vibrator, the Womanizer uses pulses of air and pressure waves similar to the sensation of oral sex on the clitoris. May is National Masturbation Month, so you could discover longer lasting and more intense orgasms now. And as a Boonie Breakdown listener, you can receive 20% off your Womanizer purchase by using the code VIP20. This code expires on June 30th, 2021. Details on how to purchase can be found in the show notes and on thebooниebreakdown.com. Welcome to this week's episode, guys. We're back. We have our problematic fave, Brian, with us this week. So you already know this episode is ratchet. Look, I told y'all I was going to give you more ratchet. I knew at the beginning of the season it was a little responsible, but we're ratcheting. How do you say that? Ratcheting things up. But we're kicking the ratchet into overdrive a little bit in this part of the season. In this episode, Brian and I answer a listener letter about this guy who didn't want to use condoms. Yeah, not shocked there. Also ask about white toes. Are they special? And I continued the conversation we had last week with Sheikah about your vaccination status. So stick around for the conversation. Also, my pick of the week this week. Now, I think on occasion I have circled back to a pick of the week, or something I might have talked shit about and then given it a pick of the week status. And so this is that week. I think before I kind of shitted on Black Lady Sketch Show. And I'm going to come back and say something positive about it because I actually finally laughed at an episode. Season 2, episode 2. I don't think I finished season 1 because I just was not laughing out loud. I don't know if it's the 2 new cast members. I don't know if they got new writers on the show, but I actually chuckled at an episode of the Black Lady Sketch Show. So season 2, I think it was episode 3. Episode 3 or episode 2, one of these ones. But check it out. I still try to support Black women doing things, getting a check, because I would want someone to do that for me whenever we end up on Netflix or wherever this grows, right? So that is my pick of the week. Check it out. Let me know. Were you somebody who didn't find it funny? Did you circle back? Are you still watching? You always found it funny? I want to know. But I can say when I was wrong, and I feel like maybe things changed a little bit and the show will get a little funnier. So that is the pick of the week. Let's hop into housekeeping. So many of you said that you love this episode with Sheikah and I. You got some good laughs. I got a few nasty grams. People were mad because I cut the episode and it was the last few minutes were only available for Patreon gang. But you know what? You can head on over to patreon.com/the Boonie Breakdown. And I think it's $3. $3, you can get access to the extra 20 minutes of that episode. Someone wrote in, oh my God, you girls had me cracking up. I must agree with Sheikah and say that kissing is way more intimate. I will say I was shocked because I did a poll and Talk to Boonie Tuesday because I wanted to know how everyone else felt about the whole what's more intimate. And so 58% of people said kissing was more intimate than raw sex. And then 64% of you also said you will be asking your new sex partners if they are vaccinated. So that was the feedback from episode 175. What base is raw with Sheikah? If you have not listened, head on back to last week's episode and check that out. Also, this is a reminder because I got a few emails, a few DMs. No new episodes of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. Go to the SoundCloud platform. If you listen on SoundCloud, or you used to listen on SoundCloud, or you would pop in every now and then on SoundCloud, you need to find a new platform to listen to the Boonie Breakdown podcast, all right? And so if you were curious about where you can listen, you can head to theboonieBreakdown.com/podcast. It gives you a list of all of the places that you can find with an easy link to hit to subscribe. If you would like to know a few of those things, places that you can go listen to, you can listen on Apple Podcasts now, I hear is available on Droid, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And if you listen on an Android device, I have a link on that webpage that you can click and it'll help you subscribe on any Android device. You can listen on Google Podcasts. You can go to Stitcher. You can go to Overcast. You can go to Amazon Music. Also on Audible, if you have Audible. If you can't do any of that, you can't remember, you can just always head to theboonieBreakdown.com. The latest episode is always there as well. So again, SoundCloud folk, you really should find a new place because we miss you listening. I miss your feedback, all right? Want to know somewhere else new the Boonie Breakdown is? And we're having a fucking ton of fun? TikTok. Who would have thought it? I thought I was too old to have fun on TikTok, but apparently I'm not. But if you already follow us or you want to follow, you could just follow at the Boonie Breakdown over there. That just makes it really, really fucking easy. If you don't like TikTok, don't worry. I post most of them as reels on Instagram. So follow us on Instagram at the Boonie Breakdown. Follow us on Facebook at the Boonie Breakdown. Follow us on Twitter at Boonie Breakdown. And when you share this episode on social media, you can post a screenshot of you listening it on your phone. You can reshare anything from my social platforms, but be sure to tag us. Be sure to use the hashtag the Boonie Breakdown, and be sure to use the hashtag PODIN, PODIN. If you want to give us 5-star reviews, you can do so over on our Facebook app and also in the purple app known as Apple Podcasts app. All right. So that is it for me. So let's get ready to break it down. All right, guys, it's your girl Boonie, and your problematic fave, Brian, is back. Hey.
What it do? The problematic fave, aka the love doctor, aka Mr. Give you the best advice.
Those are the AKAs this week. Those are the aliases.
Yes.
Oh, look at you with your little bucket hat. So you want to know a funny story? Well, no, I'll save that later. I don't want to put my business out there. How you been?
Busy. It's that time of year, softball, coaching, bike season.
He's actually a girl dad and really coaches his daughters. It's actually kind of cute. You get mad pussy from that, I bet.
No, I do not.
I bet you do, the little mothers.
They terrible. I hope none of them listening, but they terrible.
You're so fucking rude. So I think you'll be happy because I got a letter and it's from a man.
Okay.
I feel like the letters from men are, I don't want to say problematic, but there's something, I'll say that. So this is our letter.
Okay.
From anonymous man. Subject, should I do it? Hey, Boonie. So there's a girl I really want to fuck. The thing is, I don't want to wrap it up because I gets soft when I puts a condom on. And yes, there are S's on gets and put. I want to pull out, but she constantly, in all cap letters, makes jokes about having my children. For that reason, I don't trust her. We are not in a relationship. We both fuck around, and I don't plan on having children until I'm married. I've pulled out before, in parentheses, not with her, but she can be ... unpredictable. If you see this message, explain from her possible perspective also, and from the guy perspective. Appreciate it. Anonymous man.
It's a lot to unpack there.
So I will say, last week on the pod, Sheikah and I were talking about how hard it is, especially the older we get. I feel like this is some shit I would have encountered when I was younger, but I feel like the older I get, niggas do not want to wear condoms. Like, they don't want to wear them. And so when I was reading this email, I was like, well, he's consistent.
Yeah.
So the first thing I saw,
So he's saying that he's using a condom, right?
he said when he puts them on, he gets soft. So I
Right.
have a
I get
question
that.
for you. Like, is that really a mental? That has to be a mental thing for guys.
It's a mental block that occurs. So it's something where sometimes it's like you in that moment of like everything's going down, and then you like gotta find your condom. Like if you don't have them like already under your pillow or like stashed in the couch, wherever you think that shit might go down, like you already like at a disadvantage because then you
Oh
gotta
my
stop.
God. Am I a
You
hoe?
gotta
Because I used to
stop.
stash condoms in my couch when I knew niggas was coming.
We already been knew you was a hoe, so that's not even like that. Just further confirms your hoism. But thing is, it's like you be like in that moment, you ready, and then it's like, oh shit, I gotta put this condom on. Like that should be a blower. I'm not gonna lie, that shit is a blower. It's like,
Why though? Because like here's the thing. I feel like guys with condoms, it's not even the disease part. It really is his email where it's like, I don't want children. I don't give a fuck about the diseases. It's just I don't want children.
yeah, I mean, so the thing is, I feel like if you worried about having children and you already feel like this chick fuck around and you don't want to be busting all up in her, like just stop fucking her. Like, I mean, you must really want to like keep fucking her. It sounds like it's not even a whole lot there for you to want to even take the chance of fucking her raw. Like, I don't know. It just like,
And I also think too, like, I guess you have to use discernment here because I personally have never told no nigga I want to have your children. Like
yeah, I
never,
mean, that's
I've never
see,
uttered
but
those
see,
words.
it's the women that's getting older who want kids and be like, oh yeah, I would like to have your kid or something like that. I don't have women say shit like that to me because I think they already know off the break, like, I ain't having no I ain't having no more kids. I can't have any more kids. And I make that clear. Like that shit is done. Like
Yeah.
all I want to do is fall in love and travel. Like I don't I ain't trying to be chasing no baby.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just looking at this like, I mean, is she fucking around? You fucking around? He just want to beat, but he wants to beat with no condom. And maybe she's not the girl.
So did he have sex with her yet?
He doesn't say, but I'm thinking.
It says like, should I do it? That's why I was like kind of like, and then he was like, I don't know what was up with all the S's on the end, the hisses, like
Yeah, I just think
like
it
that
was
kind
poor
of
grammar. Um,
okay. I didn't know if he was like trying to like emphasize
no,
like a list.
I think it not a lisp.
You know how it be, you know.
I think it was the Nordstrom's Giants type thing. Yeah,
Okay.
he just said the thing is I don't want to wrap it up because I get soft. So the thing he wants to fuck her. He's never fucked her. He wants to fuck her, and he doesn't trust her because she always says, "I'm gonna have your kids."
Yeah, I mean,
So my thing is when he
I
says
mean,
she can be unpredictable, are you thinking she's gonna like grip? Because now I've been toxic and guilty of this when it's like I'm about to come and then I'll wrap my legs tighter or hold you tighter or something, and it's a scramble at the end. So maybe he thinks when he says she's unpredictable, she's gonna do some shit like that, and he's gonna have to make a last minute pull out. Like I don't know.
yeah, it's like I definitely think so. I think at this point now, from like I'm trying to like hear it. He hasn't had sex with her, and he's worried about getting her pregnant. And I mean, there's like a lot going on. It's not like he's been talking to her for a while because she mentioned all of this. Like, y'all ain't fucked already. You might as well just move on. Like, it's not like they've been I don't know, like fooling around for a while, talking for a while. She didn't mention stuff about having his kids. He ain't even had sex with her yet. Like, a girl really don't want to have your babies. A girl really don't want to have your babies until you fuck her good. When you fuck her good, that's when she like, I want to have this nigga kids. Like, cause the way you feel inside of her, not because like your conversation. So I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I've never, like I said, I've never slipped up and been like, I want to have your children. I've slipped up and said, I love you. I love this dick nigga. I've said things like that while we fucking, but I've never said I want to have your kids just because that's just not my steez. But yeah, I
Right.
don't,
I mean,
sir. I think I might actually agree with Brian. Like, I mean, if you already fucking other people, then I mean, what is it about her? It must be something about her that he really wants to smash.
yeah, I don't know. And then he clearly smashing other people, bro.
So, like,
I ain't
okay,
mad at you.
all right. Do you feel like at your big age, and I'm saying my big age too, in all of your encounters, do you use condoms or you rawing? I wish I could see his face.
My screen froze up. What did you say?
I said at our big age.
My screen's freezing again.
So this nigga out here, Ron. Okay. I mean, you are not alone. I will say, like I said.
What happened? My screen froze up.
Are you serious now?
This connection is terrible. But go ahead. Finish saying what you say.
I said, I just think men of your age, the older the men get, the less they want to use condoms.
That's interesting.
I wish y'all could see his face.
It's nothing to see. My screen keep freezing up every time that part come up. But go ahead. Let's go to the next thing. What happened?
Is that what happened? Look, this nigga bluffing. So it's white toe season. Do white toes turn you on? You look like a nigga who lick toes and shit.
I mean, you know what? The thing is, like, I'm like, so before I was even a Q, right? In my mind, I always had like this feeling like you don't never want. I've said it I'm on record. Like you don't want a nigga to out nasty you. You see what I'm saying? So like sometimes you got to do the unpredictable. Her legs, you know, her ankles up by your ears or something like that. Like you might just have to suck her toes. You might just have to do that. Like you might have to do something that's going to throw her off and be like, damn, this nigga just straight sucking my toes. You know what I mean? I didn't make women suck my toes. Like you reverse cowgirl, like stop and suck my toes. Like just because, not even for no reason that I wanted my toes sucked, just to fucking exhibit a level of just exhibit a level of fucking control. So it's like if I ever had to come back and be like, man, that bitch sucked my toes. Good. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. But I don't pay attention and be like, oh, she got them white toes. Like I never stopped and was like, she got them white toes. That's something I never did. I never did that.
Yeah, it's just funny the things that pop off because I've been noticing that's been a thing. Everybody's like, it's white toe season. So I finally tried getting white toes because I was like, is it magic powers or some shit? Do niggas be like, this is what I need?
Yeah, so I was seeing it and I didn't know what the fuck white toe season meant. Like, is it a show coming on Netflix? Like, what the fuck is going on? I was confused because I never stopped and was like, yo, look at the white toes on her. Like, I never thought about that.
Yeah, I never thought about that. I didn't either. I was just curious from a guy perspective. Did it do something for you?
What I will say is she don't fuck with you like that if she ain't ask you which color to get her nails or toes. What I will say is take care of yourself, worry about yourself, King, because she don't fuck with you like that. If she never asks you, what color do you like? What color should I get? Worry about yourself, bro. Don't even waste your time.
You know, that is actually an interesting. You might be onto something there.
I'm dead ass. Like, that's like a sign. When she like, what color should I get my nails? That's when you know you hitting that right. You know what I mean?
Onto something.
I'm onto it. I'm definitely onto it.
Because I definitely, but see, I feel like that all ties back for me at least how good you knocking the box down.
That's my whole point. That's my whole point. All of that is a good indicator. Like,
Yeah. Are
there's
you?
certain things.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Just certain things that just tip you off. Like, yeah. I just got that text, and and we don't never know what color anyway. We be like, I don't know, like, I'm accused of like, get the purple. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a damn about all I do. Like, I do like the little fancy nails, like the stiletto nails and shit like that. When they used to have like the little crystals and all that type stuff on, or they had like where you go get your nails done, and I know your nails was like $60-$70. Like, oh yeah, she a high class hoe. She got them expensive nails.
But you know what's really, if you really want me to show out, then you're gonna go ahead and hit that Cash App and be like,
Oh,
oh,
I do that.
Get the purple, and here's the money too.
I definitely do that. I definitely be like, oh, how much your nails in your head? How much your nails in your toes? Like, how much of that? Like, they might be like, oh, I'm going to get my nails and my toes done. Oh, okay. So, like, how much is that? Like 80, 90, or 75. So at that moment, you just Cash App them right away.
You got to.
You don't
got to
say
be
nothing.
right then. You just
You
got
don't
to hear
say
them
nothing.
coins drop, and you be like, oh, this nigga, yes. That's big dick energy.
You don't say nothing. And they be like, oh my God, you Cash App me? Like, girl, I did that 3 hours ago when we was on the phone. You just saying that? Like, what you think I asked to know how much your nails and shit for just to fucking know? Like, I don't be trying to keep up. I asked for a reason. If I ever ask you how much something costs, it's because I'm about to buy that shit.
Come on,
ask me no questions like that. Ask me no questions like that.
So I asked Sheikah this, and I'm asking you this, and then I got another listener question for you. As we are coming on the other side of the pandemic, are you asking people their vax status before you smash?
I'm invincible. I got the vax. I'm invincible out this bitch. Can't nothing happen to me. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, I would prefer that you vaxxed and waxed. But
and waxed.
Nah, vaxxed and waxed. Let's go, shorty. That's a whole mood right there. When she hit you with that text, say, I'm fully vaxxed and waxed. Let's go. That's a whole mood right there.
Do you
ladies out there?
Like, would you ever want the bush to come back?
So this is my thing. I take the bush over shaving. And waxing is going to be all of that. But I take the bush over shaved.
So you got wax pussy, bush pussy, shaved pussy.
Yes.
Okay.
The shaved pussy is so stubbly. It's so stubbly. It's like one of those things where, like, if I use clippers to shave my head, like, you're gonna see that there was hair. Versus if I shave my head with a razor and get like up under there, it's still not as close as if you wax that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like when you wax it and they rip the shit about from under the pores, and you understand how that works, you ain't worrying about your top lip or your bottom lip while you down there working.
Would you know what I mean? Get your dick and balls whacked? Like, would you get a man Brazilian?
I know a guy that does that, and I think it's weird.
You know a guy who gives them or gets them?
Gets them done.
Why do you think it's weird?
I don't know. Like, it just, like, for me, first of all, I've been waxed on my chest and my back. That shit hurts. To actually, like, wax my pubic area and all of that, like, clean, that shit'd be dope because I would feel like a porn star. But I'd rather just leave. Like, it feel a little, I don't want it to be all just buck naked down there. Like, I need like a little hair. It feels like a little bit of protection or something. Like, if you do happen to go raw, you feel like you protected a little bit by the hair around the bottom.
And here's the thing. I definitely get my waxes, scheduled appointment, go. But I was like, you know what? All this money I'm spending, I should just go ahead and invest in laser. And
oh yeah, that's the shit though. The laser shit is the shit.
I got like, my healing.
If you fuck with a girl with laser, that shit like change your whole perspective because it's always fresh. It's
so you got laser pussy, wax pussy, yes, bush pussy, and then shaved pussy.
So it might be a little hair on the laser pussy every now and again, a little teeny bit, but it's not enough to get in your way or cause any type of stubble or you come out with any hairs in your mouth.
Here's
It's so smooth. It's smooth down there.
Here's TMI. I go doing the consultation. I got too many gray hairs.
If you go, or when you went?
When I went, like, so for the consultation, it's like, because they need hair that has pigment in it. And so the lady was just kind of like, a Brazilian laser might not be for you. You might just have to get the bikini line because the gray hair will still be there. And who wants to fuck grandma's pussy I'm only 36. So I just can't not have, the only hair down there can't be gray. So I'm just going to have to keep getting waxed.
Yo, I got a whole beard full of gray hair. How are y'all getting gray hair on your pussy? Like, I don't have no gray hair in my pubic hair.
Bet you got gray hair. I was just with a nigga and was like, yo, when I was wiping his dick off, I'm like, I laughed and said jokingly, you got gray hair on your balls. Like, just laughing. This nigga rebuts really quickly. You got gray hair on your chocha. Yep, waxed.
I don't think I had no grays. I don't know.
Maybe you got a gray down there, nigga.
Check with the last ball wiper.
But I said it like being funny, like cleaning the balls. And I'm like, oh, you got gray hairs down there. And he's like, so do you, bitch. You are supposed to see that. I go get waxed next week. Yeah, I'm not. I was just really felt betrayed that I felt betrayed that I have my pussy is graying. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. So
I mean, a nigga not gonna turn that down. Like,
oh, no,
you put it out
good.
there, so
this pussy good. No one's turning it down. We know that. But I'm just saying, like, for me mentally, it's just like, fuck, my pussy is graying. I'm not ready for you to go gray yet, sis.
36. Wow.
36.
You're so young.
You say that so every time I say my age. All right, Brian, we got a listener question. This one was from a girl. And she wanted to know, specifically asked for you in this question. And it was a very succinct one. I know my role in this relationship. I am his side piece. He's been honest about this from the beginning. I was upset about it, ended things with him. I missed him a lot. I met back up with him for lunch. He laid out the ground rules that he was never leaving his wife, that my role would strictly be a side chick, but he would take good care of me if I was down. I appreciated him being open and honest about it, and I'm considering signing up for the side chick role. Brian, do you have any good tips for me for being a good side piece?
So some of the guys are not gonna like me for this.
Uh-oh.
My thing is, like, what went wrong as to where you want to be number two? Like, I mean, nobody really, like, I get it when you started dating this guy, you didn't know what was going on, you found out y'all was already having sex. It got to a point where, boom, now you find out, like, he's married. Well, at this point, they separated, and then we started fucking back with each other. Like, but now he's laying out the ground rules for you to be his side chick, right? At what point do you ever want to be in a relationship? Do you ever want to be married? Do you ever want a man to respect you? Because when I look at you and I say to you, like, so what you've been doing for the last 5 years, and you're like, oh, I was this dude's side chick, but he took care of me and he paid my bills. All right, don't get mad when I fucking cheat on you. Because you already know you okay with me fucking somebody else. Because you just let this dude do it.
So I got pushed back there, because what if it was just for that situation? Like, but I mean,
it could be just for that situation. But at the end of the day, a man look at women who are side chicks different. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, no guy is sitting there being respectful, like, yeah, she was your side chick. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, oh, she was, your homeboy Murray. Oh, that's my homeboy side chick that you with now. You see what I'm saying? Like, men go off of your reputation and how you carry yourself. So, for my advice would be, don't fucking do it, because it's like, what's so fucking amazing about this man that you're willing to put yourself through the agony and pain of holidays, birthdays, not being able to see him when you want, always getting a plate the day after Thanksgiving, or like, you become the chick who make herself unavailable because you're like, oh well, I fuck with this married dude, but I'm still available. No, you're not. You're fucking with somebody who you emotionally becoming more and more attached to. And if you're not in your early 20s, like, you're probably too old for that shit. You're probably too old for this. You knew when you typed that email that you shouldn't be doing this shit. And I think your mother would be disappointed and your father probably be upset too. So my my point is, like, cut the shit. I said it when we did the show in Philly. Women like, why do men cheat? Why do men cheat? Because of y'all. Like, you will sit there and tell your friend, oh, that nigga ain't shit because he cheating on you. And then you fucking with a married man. Or your friend won't say nothing about you fucking with a married man, but she'll be mad at her husband for cheating. Like, it don't go both ways. So if everybody just focus on them and their relationship and not be in competition with somebody else, wife or something like that, we wouldn't do shit. But y'all you giving us the green fucking light.
So I will say this: I do agree with some of what you said. I had saw the homie J Dan on Twitter. She had tweeted this thing, and it was like, "Women fall for anything." It was like ethical non-monogamy, promise rings, keeping a relationship a secret, being engaged for 10 years. She's like, it's no bottom for what men can get away with women. And I do feel like there is, I think it's two sides to that, right? To your point where you're like, why do you want to accept this role? Don't you want more? There might be some place to dig there where it's like, why are you okay with being the side piece? But maybe that's all she got to give right down to. Maybe he's offering money. She didn't go into what his rules were. I wish she had. I had responded. She didn't send it in because I'm like,
I mean, it's the basic shit. It's the basic shit. Don't call me, I'll call you. If you need anything, send me a message on IG. Oh, hit me on WhatsApp, but don't call my fucking house. Don't ever speak to me if you see me with my wife. Oh, by the way, like, I'm gonna take care of you. What does that mean? You gonna get your nails and your hair done? Like, is the nigga paying your rent? Like, is he about to, like, give you a whole check for you to be like what's this called? The sugar baby? Like, if you ain't getting no whole check for like 3,000-4,000 that's about to change your living situation, and he don't play for like the New York Knicks or the Washington Wizards, like, you dumbing yourself down for a nigga who worked at Social Security who might be like just higher than a BA. Like, you gotta make sure you doing this for some type of major reason, because after all of this is over, you're gonna be fucked up because you're never gonna be with him. He's right. He's never leaving his wife. So in your next relationship, how are you going to function when you decide, oh, I do want to be with somebody now. I do want to be married now. Like, you're not worried about that karma. Like, just don't fucking do it. Like, the shit is like, it just don't make sense. Like, the one thing I love about being single is just being able to be honest and be like, yo, this is what the fuck I'm doing and this is what we doing.
and
Like,
I can appreciate that because I do feel like, and I hate saying this, but I feel like in that regard, and you saying, as long as I told you up front, right? So you're agreeing to whatever I'm giving you, right? And I feel like that's where women fuck up, because it's like, I feel like a lot of women who step up into these situations do not agree with what he is proposing, and they go in with, maybe I'll change him. Maybe over time he'll see I'm so great and things will change. And the nigga told you up front, this is what the fuck it is. So if that's not what you want, walk the fuck away. And I do think I'm a little harsh on women for that regard, because it's like, that's what you told him. That's all it was. That's all it was worth. And you wanted more, which you settled for this.
yeah. And so when you settle in and things, go the way that they're going, you can't be upset with anybody but yourself, not him, You know, like you're gonna go through periods where you're just gonna feel like, damn, this nigga just came over this one day out the week, or I ain't seen him in 3 weeks, and he come and fuck, and that's it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So it's like, what you gonna say? Like, I didn't get my payment. You didn't pay for my nails this week. Like, what do you have to hold on to that he gotta like continue to follow up?
I mean, there you go. So I don't know. Maybe Sis gonna be disappointed because you didn't really give her no advice on being a good side piece. You told her don't do it.
Look, if you want to really be a side piece, like, just fuck one of them niggas that's in your DM and like be cool with that. Like, just, I mean, this shit just messy, sloppy. Like, that shit just a mess. Like, it's just messy. Like, I wouldn't. It sounds like she probably a smart woman. She listened to Boonie Breakdown. You got a very good listening core who's like college educated. You know, they got their degrees and they think they this shit. So it's like she probably one of them, and it's like, sis, like, go to counseling. Like, go to counseling and find out what the fuck is going on in your mind. You know, sit down, write down shit, and get yourself together, because
Look, we
that's
didn't
just
get an
like, oh,
update this time. How's counseling going for you?
oh man, it's going crazy. Like, it's good. It's good. Like, I really, I really look forward to it. Like, I look forward to the part where like I get to talk about like making better decisions. You know, it's like a holistic type thing. So like last week we talked a lot about like, what are you doing to keep your stress level down with all the things you're doing? You know, you're playing softball, you coach softball, you ride bikes, you know, you work. What are you doing to take care of you? You know, that type of stuff. So it's like just a good place to go and release. Like, you really don't have a friend who wants to listen to you talk for an hour. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you're going to go talk to this friend, and at some point they check in on certain things that you say. So you know, I recommend it. Like, I really feel like it's something that we all should do. You know, people say it time and time again. You know, you got a doctor, a family doctor. You know, your teeth need to be fixed. You go to the dentist. You know, you go get your regular cleaning. Like, what are you doing for your mental? You know, you go to the gym. You got a membership. You got a trainer. You know, you want to get more serious. You get a nutritionist. Stuff like that. So, what do you do when you want to make sure your mind is right, so you're not out here on some different shit and people suffering from things that you either went through or things that you feel like you don't have to correct?
I wholeheartedly agree. I'm about to hop my ass back in therapy. I'd taken a little break because I really
And
didn't
that's
like.
cool. And that's cool too. Like, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I take breaks periodically. The reason why I took a break was I did not like doing therapy virtually at home. Like
Hmm.
I like the
Yeah,
whole
I
process.
go in.
Yeah, I
I
like
go in.
going in, sitting in her couch. She got the tissues there and all that shit. I like all that. All right, so last thing before we wrap up, and this is really quick because this was this was shocking. I got a question. Would I do a Boonie breakdown sex party?
Like with
And
toys.
no, like a full-fledged like swinger sex party.
What the
Um
fuck?
and I was kind of shocked because it's like I know I'm freely talk about things, but I don't know what impression people have of me. Um
Brian won't be the.
I was gonna ask you, would you co-host it with me?
Oh my God. Brian will not be there. I can just imagine how this shit would go.
Like, I will say though, I do have interest in going to one. I don't know if I have interest in
I mean, I've been to
hosting.
swingers clubs several times. Like, it's different. It's a lot different than what you think. So the first thing that jumped out at me walking into a swingers club, it's not that many people that look good.
That's what everybody says.
So you go, and it's like disgusting people just walking around, creeps fucking hanging out and shit. And you like, yo, I feel like we the best two people in here. So now you like definitely not in a place where you gonna share. You know what I mean? So it's like you really be kind of looking around like, oh, okay. And then some motherfuckers be just so perverted and nasty. Like one time I was at the spot and the dude was just bragging about how much the girl squirted all over the floor and it was a mess in the room. And don't go in there. They're gonna have to wash that whole room down. She was squirting everywhere. And I was just like, fucking disgusting. So
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would need to just experience that myself before before I would host anything like that. So
yeah, go up Taboo one night. Just go hang out
I
in Taboo
see,
one night.
and that is to your point because I did go one time and sat in the parking lot and was like, these people are ugly, and left.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, you go in there and you realize you be like, yo, like I seen somebody that worked with me in there. It was crazy. Like I seen somebody that worked with me in there, and it was just like, hey, how you doing?
I also
When I
left.
went back to work, I seen him. When I went back to work, just seen him. It was like there's nothing you can say because you was there too.
That would probably be worse than the time I saw one of the deacons from church at the strip club. So I'm like, I ain't gonna tell your wife, sir. Go have a good time. So, all right. Well, any parting words, my friend?
Yes. Parting words. It's that time of the year. It's getting nice out. You know what I mean? Like, live your best life. Enjoy your summer. Get the vaccine if you haven't. If you decide that you don't want to, I'm not pushing you to do it. I just feel like it's another layer of protection. The people in the medical field that I work with, that I've talked to, kind of convinced me to get it. Passing that knowledge on. I feel like this disease is not going anywhere. The different restrictions on things are not being uplifted completely. And if you know you're gonna be out and you're gonna be traveling the world and doing stuff, like just get the fucking vaccine because at the end of the day, you're gonna need the shit anyway. Like they're gonna make it almost like kind of hard for you to go to sporting events and do different concerts and stuff like that. But overall, just take good care of yourself. Like we were just talking about physically, mentally, emotionally, do all the necessary things and have fun. Like enjoy this life because it's short. And I think we had just did the podcast before when my buddy died of COVID.
Yeah.
So his birthday is
Oh
Buster.
no.
Yeah, so his birthday's tomorrow. Big birthday shout out to Buster. I know a lot of people knew him from copping and just being around Upward Bound and stuff like that. Life is short. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday. And that's one of the reasons why I got vaccinated. Because I know I look back and I'm like, we don't know how healthy we are until our body is put to the test.
Oh my God, until
So
we not.
yeah, until you're not. Like you don't know until you on a ventilator and you got blood clots on your lungs and you walk around with a breathing machine and shit like that. And I know several people our age look healthy. Like I had somebody come on Facebook and tell me, "You're healthy. You wouldn't die anyway." Bitch, you don't know how fucking healthy I am. Like the fuck. Like the nerve of some people. Like to be like, "Oh no, you shouldn't." Like, let me do what the fuck I decide to do. Like if I decide to take the vaccine, that's because I took it. If you decide not to do it, I don't care. I'm just saying if you do it, great. If you don't, then fine. I got friends who haven't done it. You do what you're gonna do what's best for you.
I have quite a few people who have made the decision close to me not to get it. And it's not like, well, I know some people who are like, I'm waiting to see. But I have quite a few people who are like, I'm not getting it. And so, like you said, it's your life. You decide what you're going to do and it is what it is. But hopefully it is a responsibly ratchet, vaxxed and waxed bomb ass summer.
Yeah, because whether you get vaxxed or not, you still got to get waxed.
So, all right, homie.
All right. Well, it's been great as always. Talk to you soon. See you shortly. Put together that Boonie cookout for the vaxxed and waxed.
I am planning something probably in August. After these motherfucking cicadas leave. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So thanks, homie.
Great blacks and the great blacks. The great blacks vaxxed and waxed cookout.
I'm actually gonna use that name.
the great blacks, Vaxxed and Waxed.
Waxed.
Cookout.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
All right, guys, that is it for this week's episode with the homie Brian. I hope you enjoyed, got some laughs. Get waxed, get vaxxed, whatever, all that shit he was talking. Be sure to support our sponsor, WeVibe Womanizer. You can save 20% on your own womanizer. Use the code VIP20. The link is in the show notes and on the BoonieBreakdown.com. If you enjoyed this podcast episode, I encourage you to listen and share with a friend, and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or any apps that you listen to your favorites on. Don't forget to leave those 5-star reviews too. You might just hear your review in a future episode. Follow us on all social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make these pretty images for nothing, okay? Have a dope-ass week. Stay healthy, safe, and sane. Thank you for listening, and remember, the ratchet in me always honors the ratchet in you. Namaste. Until next time.